The pedestal shadow creeps around the dais.
Hey there.
Meow?
Hey there.
Meow? Ah! Okay. There's no one in here? Bro. I'll steal your shit.
Sure.
Spread across a lumpy pallet of straws, the hide blankets are surprisingly soft. The dried herb crunch between your fingers, giving off a sweet floral aroma. You're a sweet floral aroma. Okay. The guard places his spear between you and the path that leads beyond the gate. Still, Estremor, the rest of the city is forbidden except by order of one of the Ananfada. Trespassing into Elm is punishable by death. How do I get permission? You grudgingly point to a long hut in the middle of the district. You can always find one of the Ananfata in the passage of the Six. Perhaps Anamenfath, Bethuel, will listen if she can tolerate your barbaric language.
Slowly now.
My barbaric language? Come on now. Come on. No need to be rude. Thanks, honey. Yensi.
Many blessings, traveler.
Welcome to my home, Mr. Moore. I am Yensi, healer and guide. What brings you here? Tell me about yourself. The locals have called me a wise woman, a term of respect, I'm sure, but it makes me feel my years. I'm an herbalist and healer. I spend most of my time caring for the ill, helping with the delivery of children and making remedies for those in pain. I like your songbird. Does it have a name? Well, he does. She blushes, but I ought not to have let my friend's daughter name him. The name is long and rather silly. The short version is Beaker. She rolls her eyes and smiles. The next bird I have will be named after an Anamfath. Okay, lady.
I'll see what
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Is okay.
This calls for
There.
a subtle touch.
What did I tell you?
War paint. The edge of the shelf is daubed with bird lime. Seeds and husk have been scattered across the floor.
Yeah?
Nah, whatever. Whatevs. Put on your wart paint. John T 1961, welcome to the Shinobies. Thank you very much for that follow, dude. Do appreciate it. You're awesome. Super cool, man. Super cool.
Sure.
Okay, let's see what's up there. Seems to be another path that leads to the... Yeah, okay. No, we're good. I'm leaving. Walk away.
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
Okay. There's another path out, and we don't want that. We don't want to go out. This needs a specific key. Okay, let's see the celestial sapling, people. The water is cool and crisp. She'll pay, that witch. She'll... Fuming with anger and pacing in tiny circles, the valiant merchant aims his wild rant at you as you approach. You there. Have you come here to trade with the savages? Learn from my example and take your business elsewhere. Spittle accents is every sentence. Liars, cheats, swindlers. That duplicitous bitch, Alari, she claimed to be selling Ellard Gullah flower buds, but all I have now is 6 bushels of common houseplants. The herbs are useless. He throws a handful of dried plants to the ground, stomping on the brittle stems and leaves, kicking up pungent, savory scent. I'll get my money back from that swindling savage. What did Alari say when you confronted her? Nothing of substance, he quickly mutters. She defended herself, of course, saying the herbs were legitimate. Why wouldn't she lie? No one will value my word over hers. He spits on the ground. Alari can lie with impunity when surrounded by her gangs of savage thugs. What is Ellard Gullah? Renato's rage abates for a moment, and his face twists into a nervous smile. Ellard Gullah is a plant that grows in the jungles of Air Glenfath. He clears his throat, lowering his voice. When dried and consumed or brewed into a tea, it's known to enhance one's drive for the better pleasures in life. Okay. You tested the remedy on yourself. Well, Renato fidgets in place, his hands smoothing the creases in his tunic. How can I sell a remedy if I have not tested? Of course I tried the herb. Imagine what would have happened if I peddled this pale imitation. Renato clears his throat, his voice grows quiet. The herb did not have its intended effect. The only thing it made hard was not vomiting. What do you intend to do about this? When I get my hands on... Renato halts his sentence, his eyes darting about at the nearby Glenfathen guards. I'm in the savage's home court, so it's my word against her. Where does that leave me? I'd be a fool to threaten her here on tribal soil. He sighs, pressing in his temple. I cannot sell this worthless herb to recover my coin, and I'm powerless to confront Alari. I don't suppose... He looks at you, sizing you up. If you were willing to mediate, perhaps you could succeed where I failed. I would, of course, pay you handsomely for your trouble. Let me see what I can do.
How do you do?
Also, what do you have for sale? I am destitute and I have but a few meager offerings left to sell. How dreadfully embarrassing. If I can recover my investment from Alari, I'll have funds to resupply my stores. Until then, you're welcome to take a look at what I still have in stock. Which is probably nothing. That's from River Reed. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
You want up? I pull. Ha! Okay. Sure, man. You do the pulling. That's good. Also, we gotta find monks. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Eleutherion Agard Shoes. A middle-aged elven man stands behind the counter of the inn. He has a warm, open face and smiles pleasantly in greeting as you approach. Welcome, welcome! I'm always glad to see a new face. Take a seat where you like, my friend. It seems to me you've walked a long road. All are welcome here, and those with interesting stories, most welcome of all. Can I see what you have for... Oh, who are you? My name is Eleutherion. They call me Agard Shoes for all the walking I used to do and all the boots I wore down, but those days are well behind me. My eyes have seen a great deal and now my ears get their fill from the travelers who come through here. I'm always glad to see a new face. Now, tell me about this place. Of course, Eleutherion's face brightens. I founded the inn many years ago, but in many ways, its tale begins much earlier. It was while I was returning from a long journey south that I first heard the story of the tree upon which this inn rests. Hundreds of years ago, a strange event occurred. The sky was troubled that night, with many stars falling across the sky, and one of those same stars began to plummet, instead towards Eora. It fell here, striking a young tree and burying itself within it like a fiery heart. But the tree survived, and over the years, it grew and grew and grew, twice as big as its fellows in half the time, until it reached the size you see it now, and grew no more. Hearing the tale, I knew I must find the truth, and you see it there. He gestures towards the large stone in the center of the room. Around the tree's heart, I built this inn to welcome all travelers who might look upon it. Without for sale. Camping supplies, we're good.
They'll never know I'm here.
The unusual stone pulses with warmth. It's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty awesome. Oh, monks! The bed rocks with a gentle swaying of the tree. What's in there? Nothing.
Hail and well met.
The monk massages his temples, his face buried in his palm. As you approach, he looks up. This room needs a proper door, he mutters. My brothers and I rented this space that we may have some measure of privacy in this foreign land. Perhaps you could find another room here in the inn. Or you. Briefly opening his mouth to answer, the monk swallows his words. He looks you up and down, carefully choosing his response. My brothers and I were having a private discussion in a room we rented for our use. Please, there's a tavern full of people who would provide you with the banter you seek. What bring your order to this place? We travel where the teaching takes us. The monk mutters, his voice slow and measured. Not that it is any of your business. Dude, you're so rude, man. I met another monk in robes like your own. He died of his wound right as I found him. The monk's eyes widen, his fists curl in a crackling barrage of popping joint. Robes like ours, you say? Was he carrying anything? Did he tell you anything? And you anything? Please, we've been waiting for another of our order to meet us here, and if you found him... All eyes fall to the floor as the monks begin to whisper chants in unison to their fallen friend. He gave me dismissive. Hand me that. The monk exclaims as he snatches the missive from your grasp. Almost immediately his face turns red. I mean, please. This is of great importance. Breaking the seal, the monk unrolls the handwritten scroll contained within and quickly reads the message, his lips breathlessly mouthing the text. He turns to address his brother. My brethren, the arch martyr has sent word. At long last, we now have what we need. Thank you, stranger, the monk says, folding his hand in front of him as he bows deeply. Your honest soul is to be applauded. I admit I was surprised when you handed me the message. I expected the seals to be broken. The monk turns red, his face smiling for the first time. I'm glad to see common decency is not yet lost from this world. He reaches into the folds of his robe. Here, your honesty must be rewarded. Gave me Ayla Brachia, or Brachia. Oh, a shield. Range grazes reflect back at the attacker. Okay. The small shield is of lightweight construction intended to be maneuvered in a swift and dynamic fashion as its namesake. Despite the fine craftsmanship, it was most famously known as the weapon of a pit fighter who used the shield in a distinctive dance-like fighting style to turn his opponent attacks against them. Yeah, whatever. I wonder if this would have opened up like a new area of the game with like
I'll
a
see what
quest
I
and
can
stuff
find.
if I had opened the thing first. I don't know. Maybe they would have attacked me. But hey, I'm happy we didn't. We're good people. Sometimes. A cool breeze whistles through the leaves. I have a moment. I would like a word with you. Sure,
Good
man.
day, stranger.
Queeneth, a slender woman in dusty leathers, locks eyes with you. It's good to see someone from more civilized lands around here. Her unkempt hair sprouts in wavy black tufts. Despite the fine features that sculpt her face, a cleft chin completes her boyish appearance. I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Glenfatton hospitality. Her gloved hands come to the rest of the pommel of a long estoc cinched low on her hip. I can almost forgive the hostility towards outsiders, but the temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks inexcusable. I hope I don't seem too forward, but I've heard of you. A sly smile carves a dimple on her cheek. You're famed amongst the dozens, and that makes us allies. She gives you a coquettish sideway glance, and allies, well, they help each other, do they not? For you. Robin Sumyak with the host again. Thank you so much, man. Do appreciate it. Super awesome of you. The frightened villager? Cool, Sarex. Yes, I will. Thanks, man. I really appreciate the tip. We're you. The woman pats the dust off her leggings and gives you an exaggerated curtsy. Where did I leave my ambassadorial manners? She flashes a mocking smile. I am Quineth. Pleasure to meet you. She lifts an eyebrow with a blushing smirk. For the time being, though, I'm just another Estramore minding her own business. What help do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Quineth looks to both sides, scanning for uninvited listeners. Glenfatton scouts, and not just any mob of local zealots, the Fangs. She pauses to let the name settle in the air. The Fangs are brutal, relentless bunch, eager to make an example of troublesome outsiders. As for why I need your help, her smile widens as she speaks. I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight if it comes to that. She taps her hand on the pommel of her estoc. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do. But if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold, so this might require spilling blood. Why aren't you with the rest of your friends? Why not warn them yourself? Her posture stiffens at the question. It was my turn to handle Far Patrol. I spotted the Fangs on my trek back to camp. I knew that rejoining the main group would risk leading the enemy right back to the expedition. I know the woods and I know how to stay quiet, but I didn't want to stake my friend's life on my ability to sneak past expert hunters like the Fangs. If they noticed me warning my friends, we'd have been overrun. Quineth tilts her head to the side and points to you with a grin. But if they notice me and some reinforcements, like, say, you, well, at least then we can scare them off or put up a good fight. What did your friends do to draw the attention of the Fangs? Just setting foot in Air Glenfat is a good way to offend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. I suspect one of our newer scouts didn't cover his track well enough. When I spotted the Fangs, they were retracing a path the expedition had taken days before. Tell me more about your expedition. I'd like to think we're on a mission of reclamation. Quineth darts a shrewd smile. It is said that our armies left behind many valuable in their hasty retreat from Air Glenfat at the end of the War of Black Trees. So the way I see it, we're simply gathering up what our ancestors left behind. I doubt the Glenfattons will agree with me on this. She adds with a dimpled grin. My expedition set out from this Defiance Bay, heading directly east to cross into Glenfatton lands. I split off once we arrived at the Bale, the natural frontier between our nations. The plan was for me to keep my eyes on the Glenfatton while the main group scoured the target area. For days we eluded them. She walks her fingers over the back of her leather glove, leaving a trail of on its dusty surface, but the Fangs got wise to our presence. I'll help you on the expedition. Quineth smiled with an overt display of dimples. Excellent, I knew I could count on you. She leans in and whispers, assuming the Fangs didn't already get them, my friends should now be at or around the Pilgrim's Trail in the Northweld. The plan was to camp along a trail leading to a temple of Aelia. Fanakamrin warned them the Fangs are coming and held them clear out of the forest. I'll head out first on my own to see if I can lead the Fangs astray and buy us some time. She pulls her estoc a few inches out of its scabbard and cracks a smile. If the gods smile on us, we won't have to draw steel. Should it come to that, I'm glad you're on my side. Great. So, the frightened villager, you say? This man looks up sharply as you approach, eyes going wide. You! You're the one he's looking for. He sets down his wine. You killed Lord Raedric. What if I did? No, you don't understand. If it didn't work, it didn't work. I'm one of the guards at the keep. Was one of the guard. He killed most of them, the ones you didn't. Kolch, he didn't last very long. Nothing but empty air, him. Nice enough to work for, I mean, much nicer, but that didn't help him when Raedric came back. Gods, the screaming. His eyes, it was like he was burning inside. He shudders. He says he's come back to lead us, like before. Says he's going to kill you for what you've done. I told him I'd find you, give you his challenge, do it all honorable, that sort of thing. He let me go, and I kept on running for far as my coin let me. He laughs bleakly. Funny me running into you anyhow. I suppose he's gonna have some kind of trap waiting for me back there. Me and the poor fools Raedric threw off the ramparts, I haven't got a thing to do with him, and begging your pardon that I'd rather keep as far from you as I can manage. Just going to sit here and drink until I don't remember a thing. I wish you all the luck in the world, friend. There's something awful in that keep, howling after your blood. Hey, we get to kill him again. Dude, I don't mind killing him twice. And thanks, Eryx, that's awesome.
They'll never know I'm here.
Hey there. I see where you're going with that.
There. What did I tell you?
I don't need those things.
Yeah?
You just did, Obnoxious? That's crazy, dude. An hour? Wow. And hey, man, how you doing? Cool. Acts, yes. And Act 1 and 2 blend pretty much with each other. Like, I had no idea I was in Act 2 until Act 2 ended, and it said Act 3, and I was like, oh, shit, already? Wow, okay. Oh, it's this hut. The big hut in the middle. That's the one I need to go. Okay. But if you count the expansion, the game turns into a very long game. Like, I don't know how many hours I poured into this game already. It must be close to 80. And we're not done yet. It's pretty cool. Like, if you take your time exploring and doing all the side quests and stuff, and the DLC, crazy.
Hey there.
You're doing the DLC now? Awesome. Also, in the DLC, what's crazy is that you get, like, tons of bounties. Like, even bounties that will take you back to, like, regular world areas to kill monsters and come back and turn the bounties in, like, the heads of monsters and stuff. You can see the hours in the load save game page? Oh. Really? Let's save. 82 hours. Probably more now, because I just... probably not. Probably 82. Yeah, 82 hours and 12 minutes so far. And we still got lots of stuff to do.
Sure.
The twice split arrows, the 3-tusk Stelgar, the Fisher Crane, the Storm Bramble.
Estromor,
Yes, I listen, Freyr. What are you talking about? News from beyond, east of the Great River, the Durwood. Fires have returned to the foreigner cities, we've heard. Defiance Bay, its waters run foul and dense with the stench of corpses. Not even the recent floods could wash away the stain of its corruption, a dying prey. Some see it as such among us, a chance to strike, others not so. Only a council of the Anamphada can decide what the sixth tribe must do as one. Tell me more about the council. Anamphata lead our tribes, one for each. They speak with the spirits of our peoples and act in our name, with our will. A council of Anamphata means the tribe commune as one. But no common will is found. Just now in the Deerwood ails like a wounded beast, only 2 Anamphata currently shelter within Twin Elms, while the rest attend to their tribes. They must return. Too far, too consumed with duties, the Anamphata will not gather soon. Another season at least. We wait until then. Tell me about this building. The heart of all Glenfattons, the 6th tribe. We honor our people here in this passage, offering our maid symbol of respects to each tribe. This is the house of our ancestors and our peoples at once. The Anamphata, when all of them are present in Twin Elms, form a council at the end of the passage. From there, our history moves on.
They'll never know I'm here.
Turtle, what's up, man? How you doing? What's going on, dude? Oh, man. The Keeper of the Stone. What's happening, Turtle?
Wait. I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anamenfath.
Pelegina holds out her arm before you enter the hall.
If a Valiant deal with the Glanfathens weakens the Deerwood, it could mean war for the Republics in the future.
What other options do you have?
I could put the idea in the Anamenfath's head that the Republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Deerwoodens.
Is the right thing to do. The Deerwoodens are at the mercy of the Republics and they don't know it. Your actions today can prevent further suffering. She nods her head resolutely. Okay.
Good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
A middle-aged Orlan woman stands at the back of the longhouse, an expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step toward you. Not much, just chilling? Awesome, dude. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
Few Estramoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
You're having some kind of trouble. Maybe I could help. She shakes her head. I'm afraid not.
Looters have grown bolder at the
Oh,
sites of
thanks,
the
Eddie.
builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the
What is
three
True Team?
Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Oh, okay. The True Team is a group of streamers. We essentially the True Gaming is a service that provides servers for different games. So like Conan Exile servers and that kind of those kind of games to provide servers for. You can rent servers. I think you can even buy servers. The way they also are branching out into other things. It used to be just that, but now they're branching out and they're making like a stream team, and they're even gonna start coaching other streamers. They have a coaching service now. They even have like a shop that you can that streamers are a part of it can submit designs for t-shirts and stuff, and they can sell them. And it's now become like a gamers community, people helping each other. A lot of streamers trying to make it. I was lucky enough to be selected to be part of the sponsored program, so they actually